Hello gamers, my name is Chuck Siegert. I am the designer of the very popular Zero Liter and the already funded, soon to go to the printer, DVG Stuka Liter. Today I want to show you how one of the targets in Stuka Liter works. This target is called Heavy Bombers. It is a bomber intercept target. What's going to happen is there are 4 B-17s flying from west to east, and I've got 5 aircraft to intercept it. We'll be drawing bogeys in just a little bit. So here is our roster. I've got Pretsch flying an ME-109G. I have Kreuter flying an FW-190D. This is an ME-109G, sorry. I've got Schwester flying an ME-262. I've got Gimpel in an FW-190D. And I have Schmidt flying an FW-190A. They're going to be mixing it up with P-51s and P-47s throughout the area. So we'll get that drawn now because we're to that point. So what I'm doing, another rule that I've got going on in here is called the bogey rule. What that means is we don't know what we're facing until we actually intercept it. There are just bogey and no bogey chips. I am using Scrabble chips. The regular color Scrabble chips are a bogey. Black or dark gray is a no bogey. So in this target, we actually have 1 bogey in each approach area and 1 in the center area. So let's draw and see what we get. For this approach, we get a bogey, bogey, bogey. Oh boy. In the last 2 areas, bogey and a no bogey. So at least we get to throw 1 back in the cup. Now, one of these things in the rules is the Heavy Bombers has what's called a spawning bandit. At the start of every over target resolution phase, I will draw 2 possible bandits. They will form up with the bombers. Wherever the bombers are on the map, they form up with the bombers and cause all kinds of heck and havoc. All right, couple caveats. Number 1, this is all prototype, so don't get hung up in the details or anything like that. The cards change, the targets change, all that kind of stuff changes. So this is all 100% prototype. I'm using counters for the B-17s because 4 B-17s in the scale that I do my miniatures would be way too big. And a couple miniatures have snuck in here without paint, but that's okay. We needed them up here. So I am not a videographer, so please don't worry about lighting or anything like that. That has nothing to do with it. And the last thing is that my wife and I got a kitten last night. So if you suddenly hear a meowing or something bumps or moves, it's 100% the little kitten's fault because she can't leave me alone. So with all those out of the way, let's get started with turn number 1. First thing we do, draw 2 possible bogeys to be with the bombers. This is a no bogey, so it goes back. This is a bogey, so we've got a bogey there. Now, there are no attacks in turn 1. Oh, I should tell you also that the 2 FW-190Ds are carrying BR-21 air-to-air rockets that need a 9 or higher to hit. The ME-262 is carrying R4Ms. He's carrying 2 of those. They require 8 or higher to hit. There are no modifiers to those. That's just what the rockets need to hit. So technically, they could fire them at that single fighter plane, but historically, they used them against the bomber box, and that's the way we're playing it. It's your game. I don't have it in the rules that it has to be against a bomber box, but if you want to play anywhere close to historically, you're not going to fire it at fighters because they're unaimed. They have enough trouble hitting a bomber box, much less a single fighter. So it is time for us to move. So the 109G, the FW-190A are doing their job. They're intercepting the 2 bogeys. These 2 move here. The ME-262 gets to move 2 spaces and will intercept this bogey. Not sure dogfighting with an ME-262 is a good idea, but we're going to find out real quick. Okay, the enemy moves. Well, you've got 2 the same distance away, so he's going to shake. Odd numbers, he's going to the ME262. Even numbers, the 109G. We shake a 6. He's going at the 109 in the 109G area, but he is not engaged yet, so I don't expose him. The bombers move. This fighter moves with them, and that is the end of turn 1. So the first thing we do before turn 2 starts, we say what these fighters are. So the first bandit is going to be the ME262. He gets a P-51, and he is +1. The FW-190A, flown by Schmidt, gets a P-47 veteran, +2. The 109G, flown by Pretsch. Oh boy, he gets a veteran P-51 Mustang. Okay, so the drawing was not optimal. All right, fast pilots can attack. Oh, I have to draw 2 possible bogeys to join the bombers. Oh, 2 non-bogeys. That's best draw ever. Okay, fast pilots can attack. Well, Pretsch is fast, so he's going to attack at his fast. He's going after that P-51. Pretsch is +3 and a maneuver of 1, so he is +4. The P-51 is +3, so Pretsch ends up +1 with whatever move he's going to do. He is going to try and end my sights on the dogfight chart. A 1 + 1 is 2. Yeah, he loses 1 position. Again, not optimal. All right, the ME262, flown by Schwester. He is +3. He's using up his SA. He is +3, maneuver of 0. That Mustang is +1, so he is +2 on whatever maneuver he attempts to do. He's just going to do it in my sights. While he's passing, he's just going to fire some cannons at the guy. 6 + 2 is 8, which gets him into this column. He's +1 attack. So to attack, he is +3 for his ATA. He's +1 for the dogfight sheet. -1 because of there, so he's +3. He needs 8 or higher to hit. +3, shakes a 9. There wasn't much dogfight there. That P-51 is destroyed. It was a greenie, so it goes back into the bucket. Okay, the FW-190A, flown by Schmidt, attacks a P-47 Thunderbolt. Schmidt is +2. She's using an SA. So he's +2, the maneuver of 1, so he's +3. The P-47 is +2, so Schmidt ends up +1. And they're going to attempt an in my sights also at +1. Shakes a 7, which becomes an 8. And that is +1 attack. So Schmidt is +1 attack, +2 for ATA. So Schmidt is +3. The P-47 is +2. Schmidt is down to +1. Needs an 8. Shakes a 2. Swing and a miss. All right. It is now Bandit turn to attack. This P-51 has advantage on Pretsch. He is going to shake to see what maneuver he pulls. I'll set this here so I can see it better. He's going to shake to see what maneuver he pulls. He has +3, and the maneuver of Pretsch is 1, so he is +2. And shakes a 10. He is trying an out of the sun. He is +3. Pretsch is +3, so that evens out. Pretsch's robustness is 0, so he's firing even. He shakes a 9. A 9 would be destroyed. There is no Horaido or anything like that. Prech is destroyed. When he's going down, he is attempting to bail out. Okay, to bail out, you need to roll a d10. You need a 3+ to be safe. The aircraft is destroyed, so it's -2. He needs a 5+ to be safe. Shakes a 2, Prech is destroyed, the aircraft is destroyed, and Prech is no longer in our squadron. Not a good start. Okay, this bogey is not exposed. Had that P-51 not destroyed Prech, then this guy could have attacked neutral, and that would have exposed him. All right, battle against Schmidt. We have a +2 P-47, a maneuver of 1, so he's +1 on his choices. Shakes a 1, that becomes a 2, so he's attempting a tight turn. He is +2. Schmidt is +2 and 1 maneuver, so he's +3. So this guy is -1 on a tight turn, shakes a 1, no effect. So he's just coming right at him. Once again, his ATA is +2. Schmidt's is +2, so they're even. The robustness on the Schmidt is 0, so they're even. A 4. This is what used to be called stress. It is now a minor hit. So with a minor hit, there will be chits. A minor hit, you'll use the yellow side, which has everything from a -1 stress up to, I believe there's no KIAs on that. So you would lose up to 2 days. If you use a red chit, that starts with 0 stress or whatever, all the way up to KIA. So I'm using 2 dice because I don't have the actual chits yet. The 6-sided dice, 1 through 4, will be the 10s, and then the 10-sided dice, 1 through 5. So we got 20, 7 doesn't count, 5. So wound 25 on the yellow chart is no effect. So nothing happens to Schmidt. That's best case scenario as far as that's concerned. Okay, slow pilots attack. Schmidt used their SA so they can attack again. So they're coming at that P-47. Schmidt is +2 with a maneuver of 1. The enemy is +2, so Schmidt is +1. With a +1, he is going to attempt, in my sights, +1, shakes a 1, becomes a 2. Ugh. Okay, Schmidt is in trouble. Okay, the ME-262 launches his 2 R4Ms. And let's see what happens. He needs 8s or higher to hit with the R4Ms. Shakes a 10 and an 8. He gets 2 kills. 2 B-17s blown up. That doesn't happen very often with the rockets, but Schwester did a fantastic job. 2 B-17s disappear. Okay, aircraft move. So, we're going to move him in for the attack. He's going to go after the bombers. The 262 is also going to wait there for the bombers. Schmidt is going to stay here and keep that P-47 busy. Okay. Enemy bandits move. He's coming over, is immediately engaged by them. This guy comes in and goes after that guy. This guy comes in and goes after that guy. And the 2 B-17s move to here. All right. We have 2 bandits to expose. The one attacking the ME-262 will be a P-47 of +1. And the one attacking, that's Gimple, will turn out to be a P-51, another veteran, +3. Oy. Okay, so that is the end of turn 2. We now go to the start of turn 3. First thing we do, we draw for 2 bogeys with the bombers. We get a no bogey and a bogey. There's nobody unengaged, so at this point we do not expose them. All right, fast pilots attack. Kreuter is using his SA to get first shot at that P-51. He also has a rocket he could launch at the bombers, but he's going to go after the P-51. Now, Kreuter is carrying 1 weight point. Weight point affects your maneuverability in a negative way. So he is +2, 0 maneuver. 1 weight point makes him total +1. 1 weight point costs him 1, so he's +1. The P-51 is +3, so he's -2. He is not going to do any maneuver. He's just going to come right at him. And he is going to use his Herido. May not be a good move, but he's going to use his Herido, which makes it a 10. He was -2, becomes an 8, and this P-51 goes down in flames. It's a veteran, so he will not reappear. Okay, also up at the top, Gimple has an SA, and he's going to use that. So Gimple is +1 with 0 maneuver. He's carrying a weight point, so he is even. He's fighting a Mustang that is +3, so he is -3 in whatever he does. So he cannot hit him unless he gets lucky. So he's going to try, and in my sights, a -3. Hoping for a big roll, gets a 5, becomes a -2, and non-positive. Okay. Schwester is no longer able to attack. Oh yeah, he used it last turn, right? Yep, so he's done. Schmidt with the FW-190A is disadvantaged, so they're going to try a scissors. So Schmidt is +2 with a maneuver of 1, no weight points. He's +2, so Schmidt is actually +1, attempting a scissors. Shakes a 6, becomes a 7 +1. From disadvantaged to advantaged, -1 attack. How come I don't have a P-47 out there? I do now. Okay, so he's -1 attack, so he's +2. The P-47 is +2, so perfectly even. Gets -1 because of the die roll, but he gets +1 because he's advantaged, so it's a perfectly even shake, needs an 8. Shakes a 2. Okay. Bandits attack. We've got this one right here with a P-47 that is +1. So he's +1 for his maneuver. The maneuver of a 262 is 0. So he's +1 on his maneuver choice. Shakes a 2. He's attempting a tight turn. He is +1. Schwester is +3. So he's actually -2, and Schwester has gotten rid of his rocket. So this P-47 is -2 on a tight turn, shakes a 5, becomes a 3, no effect. P-47 is firing. He is +1. Schwester is +3 and has a robustness of 1. So Schwester is actually +4. This guy is +1, so he's -3. Thunderbolt shakes a 2, swings and misses. This bandit here is +3, +1 for position, or that won't matter. He's +3 and Gimple is +1 with 0 maneuver, so he's +2 on his choice. Shakes a 5, becomes a 7. He's attempting a yo-yo. So he's +3. Gimple is +1 with 0 maneuver. Actually, -1 maneuver because he's got a weight point. So he is 0, and this is +3, so he's got a +3 on a yo-yo. Shakes a 2, becomes a 5, -1 attack. He's +3. Gimple is +1. Robustness 1. So Gimple is +2, he's +3. He gets plus for being on the side, but he gets a minus for this. So he ends up a total of +1. Mustang shakes a 6, becomes a 7. That would damage Gimple. Gimple does not have any Horido, so Gimple is damaged. Now, when you're damaged, you shake on the red chart for a wound. So once again, the 6-sided dice, 1 through 4, and 10-sided dice, so 34. On the red, a red chit would be -1 attack rolls this mission, roll for safe landing, miss 1 day. So he's going to miss a day when he gets back. He has to roll for a safe landing when he gets back, and he's -1, and he gets 2 stressed for his aircraft being damaged, which reminds me I have to have a damage counter on him. Give me a second to pull that out. So he's damaged, has 2 stress now. He's going to have to do a safe landing, and he is going to miss a day. So the other battle we've got is this P-47. He is disadvantaged. So he's on this chart. He is +2. Schmidt is +2 and a maneuver of 1, so he's actually -1 on his maneuver choice. 9 minus 1 is 8. He's attempting a scissors. So he's +2. Schmidt is +2, so they're even. And Schmidt has 1 maneuver, so the P-47 is -1 on his success, gets a 6, becomes a 5. On a scissors, that's no effect. So this P-47 cannot fire because he is not in position. This guy, because he's unengaged, gets engaged to a P-51 Mustang, who is +2, just an average Mustang, nothing spectacular. So he engages him, and it's slow pilot's attack. The ME-262 by Schwester comes after the P-47. Schwester has +3 with a 0 maneuver. The P-47 is a +1. So Schwester ends up +2. In a +2 situation, you can do in my sights. 7 +2 is 9. So he's +2 attack. He's -1 because the P-47 is +1. He is +3, so he ends up +4, and he needs 8 or higher. Shakes a 6, becomes a 10, and this P-47 goes down in a ball of flames. So Schwester with his ME-262 has already got 3 kills, which is pretty amazing. Okay, Schmidt has +2 and a maneuver of 1. The P-47 has a +2, so Schmidt is +1. And they're with their +1, they're going to do in my sights. 3 + 1 is 4, so he's +1 attack. So he's +2, +1, so he's +3. This guy, and +1 for the side, so he's +4. This guy's +2, so the FW-190 of Schmidt ends up being +2. Needs an 8 or higher. Shakes a 3. Okay, Schmidt's no good at shooting, but they use their Horido to blow this P-47 up. That dogfight ended. Okay, over here we've got Kreuter. He is head-to-head with the P-51 Mustang. He has a +1, +2, and a maneuver of 0. So he's +2. The P-51 is +2, so Kreuter is neutral as far as what happens. He's going to shake, hoping he gets higher than a 2. In my sights. Shakes a 10, so he gets +2 attack. So he's +2 to attack. This thing gets a +2, so he's even. But he is +1, so he gets a +1 modifier. Needs 8, shakes 4, doesn't have it. Over here, Gimple's trying to get this guy off his side. Gimple is damaged. He can only do a tight turn. His maneuver is -1 because he has a weight point. And he is +1, so he's at 0. This guy is +3, so he's at -3. Trying to do a tight turn because that's all he can do. And he gets a 1, so he can't maneuver or do anything. So he's done. End of turn 3, the fighters move. This guy is he can break the engagement because he is neutral. This guy cannot break the engagement because he is disadvantaged. He can move, but then the Mustang comes with him, disadvantaged. The jet, he doesn't have any rockets left, so he gets over there. The enemy moves. Bombers go there. He comes back, and Schmidt engages him because Schmidt is unengaged at this point. So he engages him to try and save the rocket from Kreuter. All right, start turn 4. Shake for 2 bogeys in by the bombers. 2 no bandits. Sweet. Okay, turn 4, fast pilots attack. I have no fast pilots because Pretsch was shot down. So I have no fast pilots. Nobody has situational awareness left, so the enemy gets to fire. The first battle is going to be this one, head-to-head. That P-51 is +2. Schmidt is +2 with a maneuver, so Schmidt is +1. -1 for the Mustang. I'm sorry, +1 for the Mustang because he's +2 ATA, and we only use the maneuver on choices. So his choice is he shakes a 9, and he's actually +1, so he gets a 10. So he's going to attempt out of the sun. Now he is +2. Now we use Schmidt's ATA, which is +2, and maneuver +1. So we subtract 1 from whatever he shakes. In out of the sun, he shakes a 3 -1. Ooh. Not optimal for the Mustang. Not optimal at all. This Mustang is attacking. He is advantaged, so he'll use this chart. He is +3. Gimple has 0 maneuver, so he's +3 on his choice. 8 becomes 11, so he's attempting an out of the sun. Gimple is +1 with 0 maneuver. He's +3, so he's actually +2 to attempt the maneuver. Shakes a 3, becomes a 5. That's -1 position. Ooh, Gimple's back in the game. All right. Now we get slow pilots attack. First thing that's going to happen, Kreuter's launching his rocket. Now, Kreuter is carrying a BR-21, which requires a 9 to hit. He shakes a 4, so this rocket just spins off into the clouds. This guy's going to attack his P-51. So Gimple is +1 with a 0 maneuver, so he's +1. This guy is +3, so Gimple is -2. He's not even going to bother trying to maneuver because he could lose a position, so he's -2. That's what he gets to shoot. Actually, he gets -2. So he needs an 8, so he needs a 10. Gets an 8, so he doesn't get to do anything. Down here, Schmidt is +2 with a maneuver of 1, so he's +3. This P-51 is +2, so Schmidt is actually +1. Gets a 4. Oh, they're also +3 from behind, which becomes a 7. It's a really close miss. Oh, +1 +3 is 8. Correct me if I'm wrong. I am not wrong. This thing is destroyed. P-51 goes down. That was a great dogfight. All right. He launched his rocket. He's going to attack the bomber. So Schwester is coming in. He's +3. 0 maneuvers. Schwester is attempting to maneuver against the B-17. He is +3 with 0 maneuver. The B-17 is -2, so he's +5. He's going to do an out of the sun with a +5. +2 is 7, so he gets +2 attack. So the bomber gets to fire back first. The bomber is a 5.78. Schwester is a +3 with a robustness of 1, so the bomber is -4. Shakes a 6, becomes 2. He swings and misses. So Schwester gets to fire. He is +3. The bomber's -2, so he's +5, needs an 8. Ha! Shakes a 2. That becomes a 7. He swings and misses. So all of our battles are over. Oh, movement. Everybody backs up 1 so that the bombers come and get him. These two are going to stay. He's going to stay there and keep fighting him. Keep him away. Start of turn 5. Actually, he has to move. Now, I'll tell you the reason he has to move. Because fuel is the worst thing for the Germans. At the end of turn 5, every German aircraft must be in a pre-approach area. Otherwise, he has to shake on the fuel thing to see if he survives or he runs out of fuel and has to bail out. So, once again, 2 no bogeys. So no enemy fighters show up with the bombers. That's not going to be good for them. All right, start of turn 5. Fast pilots attack, don't have any of those left, so the slow pilots attack. P-51 against FW-190D. The P-51 is +3. The FW-190D is +1 with 0 maneuver, and he's 0. He's dropping his rocket, and he's +3 with a maneuver of 0, so he's +3 on his choice. 3 + 3 is 6. He is trying a yo-yo. So he's +3, he's +1. So he gets +2, attempting a yo-yo. Shakes a 5, +2, 7, +1 position, +1 attack. I don't think Gimple's going to survive this. Okay, he's +3, +1 for his position, +1 attack for the sheet, so he's +4. Gimple is +1 with a robustness of 1, so that's 2. So the P-51 ends up to be +2. 3, 4, 5, I'm sorry. 3 + 1 + 1 is 5 -2, so he is +3. Shakes a 3, becomes a 6. That is on the yellow chart. Okay, 41. 41 yellow chart is an arm wound +1 stress. So he gets +1 stress. All in all, that was pretty good result for him. So he's got 3 stress now. He's still in the good range, so everything is fine as far as that's concerned. There are no other enemy bandits or bogeys, so now it is Slow Pilot's attack. So first off, Gimple's going to try and get away. The only thing he can do is a tight turn, so he's not going to be able to make it because he is damaged, so he can only do a tight turn. He's +1, and he's -2. He is not going to do a tight turn, and because, oh, he's got to try it. He's got to try a -2, and he needs a 10 then to get his position, because otherwise he can't break and leave. Shakes a 6, -2 becomes a 4, no effect. So there he sits. He might have to shake on the chart for fuel. Okay. Actually, he can move, but the P-51 comes with him, so he will be safe. Next up, we've got no rockets left, so the 262 is going to slash in here and take on another B-17. He is +3, +2, because the B-17 is -2, so he's +5. His maneuver is 0, so he's +5. On his chart, he's going in my sights, shakes a 4, becomes a 9, so he's +2 attack. B-17 fires back. He is +3 in a robustness of 1, so the B-17 is -4, shakes a 10, becomes a 6. Aye. So he's got a shake on the yellow chart also. Number 38 on the yellow chart is just a loud noise, so he's -1 maneuver this turn, so we don't have to worry about it. He now gets to attack. He is +3. The bomber is -2, so he is +5. Shakes a 6, becomes an 11, and that B-17 joins them on the ground. So what, did Schwester become an ace? I think he got 4 or 5 kills this mission. All right, Schmidt coming at it. He's +1 with 0 maneuver. The B-17 is -2, so he's +3. He's doing it in my sights. Shakes a 5, becomes an 8, so he's +1 attack. B-17 fires back. He's +1 with a robustness of 0, so the B-17 is -1. Shakes a 9, becomes an 8. Oh, does Schmidt have? No, he does not. So he is destroyed. Oh, here we go again. Okay, so he's got to bail out. So once again, 3+ on a bailout. He is destroyed. The aircraft is destroyed, which is -2, so he's got to shake a 5+ to get out of this. Just barely shakes a 5. When you shake a 5, so you're safe landing, you come back to the squadron with an additional 2 stress. So although he's out of this battle, Schmidt would come back to the squadron. And the B-17 scores a kill, which is very, very frustrating. All right, Kruder can't do any maneuvering. He's an unengaged, just attacking it straight on. B-17 fires back first. Kruder is +2 with a robustness of 1, so he's +3. So the B-17 is -3, shakes a 7, becomes a 4, and that just misses. Kruder gets to fire straight on. He's +2. The B-17 is -2, so Kruder is +4, needs an 8, shakes a 10. All 4 B-17s are gone. And at the end of turn 5, he moves, the P-51 comes with him, and everybody else, we're all in a pre-approach area, so the mission is over. So what happened? We shot down 4 B-17s with rockets and guns. We lost 2 aircraft, a 109G and an FW-190A, which is very, very disappointing, but we did save a pilot, so we only lost 1 pilot. We shot down an awful lot of aircraft. Normally you're keeping log sheets and doing all that kind of stuff, so Schwester may have become an ace. I don't think I did anything wrong, but there may be errors in there. You're more than welcome to point the error out to me, and I will be happy to correct it with you or just whatever I've got to do. But this is what a bomber escort mission looks like. So you would gain the victory points from that mission, have 3 fighters come back. Depends upon where this mission took place, whether you would suffer target stress or not, because we've got a system for doing that, and how much fuel you would have used in the mission. But we're not doing a campaign. I was just doing this mission. So once again, if there are any questions, I'm on Facebook, the Stuka Leader group, DVG Stuka Leader. Would be a wonderful place to ask any questions because I'm always on there. There's other people on there who can answer the questions. BGG Stuka Leader is also a great place. And right now, go to the Kickstarter because I think we've got about 24 hours left in the Kickstarter. So go to the Kickstarter and get your pledge in there. We get to 100,000. We got some really cool campaign sheets to add. So thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.